there! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hi! Oh my goodness, today feels like the weekend. Like, oh gosh. I almost forgot that today was a Tuesday. I felt like it was a Saturday. I'm like, ooh! I'm staying home from work, so it feels like a weekend. But nope. Back to the grind tomorrow. It's okay though. It was a nice rest day. I got to sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. Yeah! It's like, what? It's still Tuesday? It's not the weekend? Darn. Like, oh man, what a shame. Oh well, at least it leaves me more time for FGO in that case. If it's only Tuesday. Yeah, it's the middle of Tuesday. Section 15. The Shape of Sin Day. Oh, I forgot I had more craft instances. Like, oops. Let me just view something real quick. These are good enough for now. Yaw. Take this. Deception. Ta-da! I also think my boss is back tomorrow, which is gonna be kind of funny. It's like, boss, you literally missed all the drama. Literally all. Ooh! You did you have for work and your favorite soccer team? Had a game even though you usually play on Saturday? Oh, the feels for Saturday.
You really are strong. A genuine hero without a doubt. Which is exactly why this is going to work. Asterios, use your noble phantasm. Got it. Wander. Lost. Looks like your injury slowed down your noble phantasm just enough. Now!
How are we gonna do this? Okay, totally, I hear you. Theseus, what are you gonna do?
Discolia Spira. Huh?
Oh my goodness, the watch along yesterday was just so mean. It kept on killing off my favorite characters. Literally over and over and over. I'm like, why? Why is it always my faves?
A second noble phantasm. This one is the embodiment of my entire journey. When a thief attacked me with a club, I attacked him with a club. When a bandit killed someone with a pine tree, I killed him with a pine tree. When a villain was feeding villagers to a great sea turtle, I fed him to a sea turtle. This was how I atoned for my sins.
I gotta read those journeys for Theseus, because that is insane. He's literally just doing equivalent exchange. Like, sheesh, dude. Especially the sea turtle.
You see, my journey was all about giving people their just desserts. So if someone were to try to shoot me or my companions, they will be shot instead. That is the nature of my second noble phantasm, Discolia Spera.
This can't be happening. Suitani, no!
And die.
That hurts. If I'd still been alive, that'd have killed me for sure. Good thing I had a whole other matchlock ready to go this time.
My young self asked me to search my library of Alexandria. In doing so, I came up with this. A matchlock is functionally just a means of using gunpowder to propel projectiles, yes? Then it should be able to fire a bullet like this as well.
Oh, from Wikipedia? Near Megara, a robber named Siren forced travelers along the narrow cliff face pathway to wash his feet. While they knelt, he kicked them off the cliff behind them, where they were eaten by a giant turtle and some versions a sea monster. Theseus pushed him off the cliff, where he was eaten as well. That is fair. That is extremely fair. What is this thing? It looks kind of evil.
Let's call it a black bullet. The Library of Alexandria contains data and weapons created by the Atlas Institute. One of these weapons was the Black Barrel, a fearsome device capable of destroying the entire world.
Hey, Black Barrel mentioned.
This bullet is a degraded replica of the theories behind the Black Barrel's creation. Even degraded, it is still terribly powerful and deadly, but it's nothing that a servant shouldn't be able to handle. I was only able to create one of them, so you'll need to use it with your noble phantasm after you fire an ordinary bullet. I would also strongly suggest creating another matchlock just for this bullet. You should be able to do that since your matchlocks are comprised of magical energy.
Yeah, I should, but does this mean you don't want me to use my noble phantasm right away? Assassinations usually go best if you get the job done with the first shot.
Save it for the second. It is highly unlikely that a single bullet will suffice to lay Asterios low. But after he's defended himself against your first shot, he'll believe there's nothing more to fear. And under normal circumstances, he'll be correct. But your second shot will have a completely different meaning.
A different meaning?
And one more thing, your target will be...
Alright, Telemaios, let's see if you read this right. This is my noble phantasm. 2 shots fired. Ooh. Do we get him?
Discolia spera. Huh?
Ooh. Oh, they're being extra fancy here. Who'd we get? Did it work? It must have worked this time. Did it work? It worked!
Theseus? You aimed for me? No, more importantly, why couldn't my noble phantasm repel it? What is this bullet?
He's still alive? Do we not get him? Why are you still alive, sir? Do you have guts?
No, his spirit core is shattered. There's a simple reason we went after you. You two are only fearsome when you're together. Asterios can use a noble phantasm to trap us in the labyrinth, and you can use yours to escape right away. If not for that combination, we could simply escape the labyrinth by defeating Asterios. Just as you once did yourself.
Oh, you had a bug here after the animation. The background stayed white, and only Asterios was there. Theseus' line was there, but not his art. And the game soft locked. Oh gosh. Like, sheesh.
That's why I had Sugitani target Asterios with his first shot, and you with his second. This way lent us an element of surprise, reduced your protection, and eliminated the lord of the castle. It was far and away the swiftest path to victory. Well, damn. I really blew it. Jason might have seen through your plan, but I had no idea.
Theseus.
It's over. You may have traveled to the underworld and back in your legend, but that won't let you resurrect yourself. That's true. However, there's still one thing you don't know the truth about. Huh? My king! Theseus. I return the tears of the Holy Grail to you.
Oh, so he wasn't the leader. Ah.
The tears of the Holy Grail.
Hello, my king.
Theseus,
Congratulations, Asterios. No way. So Theseus wasn't the lord of this castle? No way. I mean, technically, it's all my real voice.
That's right. Asterios is the true lord of the Western Castle and my king.
Good for you, Asterios. No wonder why Uriel's so willing to be here. And now to continue. Shock, suspense. I first met the monster in a labyrinth. Back then, I was just doing what I thought a hero should. Look at all the skulls. I thought a hero would bring bandits to justice, vanquish monsters, and be filled with pride in doing so. In time, I heard stories of a certain monster. This monster lived in a subterranean labyrinth and demanded a child sacrifice every 9 years. Even the king could do nothing about it. Hearing the story, I remember being so incensed that I volunteered to join the sacrifices and ventured into the labyrinth. With Princess Ariadne's divine thread in hand, I made my way further and further into its depths. That was when I met the monster. Our battle was a series of miracles. Hey, hello, hello. Trusting the intuition I had honed over the course of my adventures, I took advantage of every opening the monster left me. I knew I would die the instant I made so much as a single mistake, and not even 100 blows of my sword would be enough to cleave through the monster's flesh. Even so, I persisted. If 100 blows wouldn't suffice, I would land 1,000, 10,000. How long did their fight last for? And unfortunately, I achieved one miracle after another. How is that unfortunate? Only after I killed the monster did I learn that he was just an ordinary man. A man who just happened to be born in the body of a monster thanks to his father, the king who anchored Poseidon. Aghast at his newborn son's appearance, the king was so disgusted that he had him thrown into the labyrinth. He then got it into his head that this monster would require human sacrifices in order to remain there, and ordered countless children sent to the labyrinth for no good reason. That is so sad. It's like, my son looks like a monster, I'm gonna put him in here, and then... Monsters like sacrifices, right? Dude. The monster, in turn, devoured the sacrifices he had been given, also for no good reason. They say I'm a monster, so I have to act like one. I think he said something to that effect in his own stilted way. All I could do was stand there trembling. What I believed was justice turned out to be nothing of the sort. The indignation I felt when I first heard of this monster faded with no more than a whimper. You saved me. He smiled as he said that, truly smiled. I'm so happy. This means Father was right. Don't be ridiculous. This is no salvation. You didn't deserve to die like this. Later, I went on to become king of my own nation. But the embers of doubt never stopped smoldering in my chest. Theseus, the so-called hero, shouldn't have been king. Asterios, the monster, should have been king. Which meant there was only one thing to be done. Theseus should serve Asterios.
In my life, I was wrong about everything, right from the start. Asterios may be a minotaur, but he's no monster. The whole story was fabricated. I should have saved him from that labyrinth and made his father pay the price instead.
From the start? So when you and Asterios... From the start...
Asterios! Don't worry about me anymore. Just do what you feel you should. Use the tears of the Holy Grail if you want. Theseus, Theseus! What is this?
Hey Toli, Master, what the hell's going on here?
You're here too, Sugitani. I wish I could tell you, but I don't know any more than you do.
Poor Asterios. I feel bad for him. Truly an moment. Whoa, whoa. Look at this. There's a shitstorm of Shadow Knights now.
Never mind how many there are, there's something off about them.
Did they just explode? What the? Doggo. They just blew up and turned into monsters. Did they just turn into monsters? They blew up. Cerberus sounds. Hydra sounds. Did those Shadow Knights just fuse together into new monsters?
Theseus. Father wasn't wrong. Look, my friends are gone. Asterios. You did save me. The miasma coming from Asterios is spreading further. It's even transforming the surrounding terrain. You've got to stop it. I didn't foresee any of this, but I guess we'll just have to fight him again. Are you ready, Sugitani? Master?
Wait, Totally, something's not right here.
I'm a monster. Asterios?
Uh-oh. Stereos. Oh, Neo is right. Asterios has transformed. Is that the Minotaur form we saw in one of the Lost Bouts? Henshin. No, the readings are very different.
These numbers can't be right. Yes, that's correct. You, a pure monster, were a natural-born demon. That's why I chose you as my vessel.
Asterios? What did you just say? Asterios?
Why are you? No, it can't be. Don't tell me you didn't know, Theseus. You're wrong. I did this to save him. Then you should be glad. Rejoice. He will never again know fear or suffering. He will simply live on with me forever. This isn't what I wanted. Well done, Theseus. Congratulations.
Omedeto, and now you die. Theseus! Asterios, what have you done? Theseus, no!
You knew about Asterios' true nature. You knew this was inevitable.
You're not Asterios, are you? Who are you?
This body may still be in its infancy, but the end is nigh. Now that all the tears of the Holy Grail are gathered together, my vessel has been decided.
The miasma. It's melting the whole castle.
It's not just that. I think it's turning into a whole other structure.
Oh, beautiful. It's so muddy.
I am sin. I am transgression. I am wickedness. I celebrate all that made me what I am. I welcome all my children with open arms.
Babies. We are playing Goo Goo Babies now.
Crap. The monsters in the castle are reacting to him. This would never have happened if I hadn't failed to see who he was the real lord of this castle. But why is this?
I think you and I are thinking the same thing, Toymios. Taigon Wang, Theseus and us each had a tier of the Holy Grail. But it still leaves one big question. Who used the Holy Grail to make the singularity in the first place? So this is who used the Holy Grail. So this is who made the singularity. This is the one who used it.
Now celebrate, rejoice, sing, love. For in lieu of fine wine, we shall gorge ourselves upon your flesh and blood.
No, thank you. Nah, don't wanna. Oh man. Man, collecting figures sounds pretty fun. I only have a tiny little saber from a gachapon box when it comes to little figurines right now that is like nearby. But now for Grail Front 7, Celebration of Shadows Day. This will be fun. Nighttime must be extra spooky for this fight. Oh, lovely.
Some unknown entity is taking control of Asterios' body. Whatever it is, it has the authority of the Castle Lord to summon Shadow Knights, not to mention giant monsters.
Oh! Well, that's fun for the saber one. Is that the dress that Caster put her in?
We're in serious trouble if we don't finish this quickly. We need to take Asterios down as quickly as possible. The giant monsters are attacking all of us at once, so in this case, sticking together may not be the best option. I want you to keep that in mind as you give out orders.
What about Asterios? I'm afraid we're barely getting any of the original Asterios' signal now. That thing you see killed Asterios and so his body.
Come at me then. I will judge you for the sin of finding pleasure in battle.
Well, he's asking to be bonked. Shatter 2 of Asterios' breakpoints. That's just adorable. Ew, there's some areas where they can spawn in. But it's fine. No fear. Okay, so Asterios will stay put if I don't go near him. Perfect! Yay for not having to worry about treasure. I like that. That is very good. And I'm not gonna resist. I'm putting Cammy in there because I love Cammy. Resistance is futile. Oh, I must change this up a bit. For now, let me just put down Onicure. No, I'm keeping Cammy. I can afford to put someone else here. Hello, my goddess. And now to begin front. Yes. Ta-da! That kind of sucks how there's like defense down, but at the same time if they come towards me, that's fine. As long as I don't stand in it, it's all good. I think I'll just be in the back. I'll have Cammy take the left side, of course. Decrease defense by 30%. Demerit to the allied servant on the space. Increase defense by 30% for the enemy. Oh gosh. Ew. And oh no, what's here? Decrease HP by 1,000 each turn. Ew! Yeah, no, I'm not walking there. I wonder if I can bait that guy to come towards me. Hey dude, you know you wanna come this way? Come on. You know you wanna. You should do it. It's so mean. Oh man. Hiya. Okay, let me just look at that real quick. Yeah, I don't like that. Gross. Sorry, I'm gonna have to have someone stand there later on, so... Thank you, Enkidu. Okay, if I just stand there for now, it should be fine. Only just regular standing. We'll go here. No, I'm just gonna stay there. And only here, you know what? We're just gonna walk. Now we'll stay there. Okay, no fear. Yeah, I'll do that. Why not? Don't gotta use that one right now. Nope, that one doesn't work. This one works, technically, so yep. And I'm just gonna use... all Uriel. You go, my goddess. Battle finish. I love Cammy. Okay, that seems just a little bit. All for you, Cammy. And you know what? You do this too, because, again, why not? And as much as I love Cammy, I'm just gonna use all Tolomayos. Great job, sir. Oh no! Oh, this is chaos. I'm so sorry, Sugitani. I apologize. That is my bad, 100%. 1000%. Oh no, my goddess, Sirio! Oh man, if only that could have worked. My poor goddess. Well, at least I can raise my gauge, that's a good thing. Yeah, nearly every girlfriend. Let's see if Uriel lives. Ah, almost. Almost. Okay, I can take out... I can take these two out, I think. Yeah, probably, maybe. Actually, wait. Targeting the wrong one. You have full health. Thank you, Enkidu. Nice job. Thank goodness Enkidu hits hard. Phew. Oh, Sugitani, you're just gonna go down. Well, at least your gauge is being filled. You'll get one attack. Just one. All we need is one, I guess. Well. Yeah, let's just whelp. You did your best. How dare you get past my evade? You are my worst enemy. Yuri, oh my goddess, please save me. Like, that was alright, that was decent. This is so chaotic. And I'm just being silly going for treasure. You know, to stay there, and that side, this side. You know what, you can handle it. I feel like he'd had a little bonk. You have the diva up. Space is good. Let's see, do I want to try bonking? Okay, I'm just gonna look at them afterwards. You know, we're just gonna bonk you. Why not? Hey, hello, hello. I slept a lot today. It was kind of nice. Gotta love sleeping. Though too bad it's still hot, so I was sweating a lot. But it's okay, I can house some sweat. Okay, I was expecting her to actually destroy the Hydra first thing with the Noble Phantasm, but it's okay, she tried. And that's why I was trying to fill up my gauge afterwards. No, you stole my gauge! How dare you! Oh, having my gauge taken like that. Ew, disgusting. Nasty. What is this one? Meh. Too bad those guys can't attack at all. If I attack Cerberus, he's gonna have backup from Mysterio, so maybe not. I'd rather him not have backup, so... I guess I can tank a turn. like these cards. How am I gonna fill up her gauge? Thank you, Mr. Shadow Knight. Next I need to start bonking more. Bronze Roar. Goodbye, my goddess. Yes, bonking. Okay, that's the only one I can bonk right now. Well, one down's better than none down. And then maybe Enkidu can use a Noble Phantasm and break it. Actually, no. Wait, yep, that debuff went away. That's good. Oh, thank goodness for Evade. Evade, save me. Sheesh. Thank you, Enkidu. Ta-da! Overkill. Sorry, Uriel. It could have been so funny if that would still make Asterios mad. Big intimidation. How dare you? And nullifying a buff? What a hater. Well, at least next turn I can bonk again. Thank you, Draco. Who else will choose violence? Can you just ignore Enkidu, please? Why are you so smart in going after Enkidu? Actually, Onikyu would suffer too, so... Well, at least you get a buff. Buffs are always nice. You get a buff, you get a buff, you all get a buff. Buff, buff, buff. Hey, why not? You'll live for now. Thank you, Onikyu, you're the greatest. I'll have someone else go after you, Cerberus. And at least Onikyu is gonna be prepared for the next fight. Which is what matters in the end. Okay, you go there. You go... there for now, because why not? I'll have you fight. Bonk. And now to bonk the Hydra. Since she has a bunch of critical stars, there's hope. Oh yeah, there's lots of hope. Ta-da! Thank you, Draco. All is well. definitely well. And I'll just have... Yeah, easy bonk, never doubted. You know what? You attack here. Well, only you could technically take it, but no. You can go here.
So you've come, Chaldeans. I've been curious to learn more ever since the Shadow Knights sent me the information they have about you. Go on then, show me your power.
Wow, you want to learn about little old me or us? How sweet. And not a bonk real good. Ta-da! An emotional support Enkidu. Okay, Cerberus can probably go down from Kama. I believe in Cammy. I love Cammy. And then tell Miles to bonk stereos. I love Cammy. Heck, maybe even all Cammy could have done a thing. Ta-da! Now just one more gauge. Thank you, Cammy. Okay, you know what? Might as well. I'll just be chilling in the back. Even if someone's summoned, I can outrun them. Just gotta bonk a stereos after all. No, Enkidu! Hi, Draco. Oh, that is so funny. Well. Hey, hello, hello. Might as well use this turn to fill up gauge. Didn't stand a chance. Okay, stereos. Time to get bonked. Are you scared of Cammy? Going after everyone except for Cammy. Well, I don't blame him. Cammy is scary. She's just terrifyingly adorable. I love Cammy. Thank you, my goddess.
How incredibly sinful.
It would have been incredibly sinful if I could punch you, but no. This time I can't punch. I'm resisting my love of battle. Ta-da! Money. Section 16. The name to call day. And now no fear. Rah!
Take this! I see. If this keeps up, I have no chance of escaping unscathed. It seems Chaldea's fearsome reputation is well-deserved. Your orders are timely and clever. Your time spent working with your servants has paid off in spades. Each heroic spirit is their own person, and spectacularly unsuited to working together as a coordinated unit. And yet, you're able to command your motley crew with aplomb. Though the skill seems less to rise from innate talent than it does from broad experience. Ha, you still refuse to reveal who you are, yet you claim to have us all figured out. If I were to stay in this form, I expect you and I would have a very good match indeed after a few back and forths. But now that I have better adjusted to this vessel, I no longer need to remain in this form.
Huh? No way! Was that... Chaos Tide? Hey there. Would you like to come to my Chaldea? Hi. Now it's a woman? You wanna come to my Chaldea for reals? Come on, come on. Dark Girl, Chaos Tide. Chaos Tide. So that is what you call the primordial soup of dynamic life forms. I can also appreciate being named for of all things chaos. I hate to shoot a woman, or something that looks like one, but I guess I've got no choice. It's no use. Projectile attacks won't work on her in that form. In fact, it looks like her real body isn't even here. An excellent analysis, but analysis alone will not help you. Duh. Suki Tani's just getting hurt no matter what.
Damn, she's still got Shadow Knights working for her. Stay close to me, Master.
Hey, we're in some shit here. We need a plan or we're thoroughly screwed. We can't even hurt the enemy general, so if we stick around, it's just a matter of time before the Shadow Knights cut us off.
Good point. What are you gonna do? Its real body's in here. Then where could it be? Is there anywhere left in the singularity that it could hide?
Hey Tolly, look out. They're headed your way.
It's here, yet not here. Not here, yet here.
Damn, talk about nimble. Even when he's lost in thought, his spearwork doesn't miss a beat.
The singularity's unique properties, a land of only day and night, 3 castles, tears of the Holy Grail, 2 versions of me.
True, her hair is kind of like ERB.
2 versions of me? Da Vinci, you once communicated directly with the Library of Alexandria, yes? Can you check it now and see if there's a signal from my older self?
Huh? I mean, we do have the data from that call here, but wouldn't it still be your sig...
If you can do it now.
Okay. Hey, there is a signal for him. That's weird. It's coming from the same coordinates as you, only not the same. It's almost like there are 2 of you, each straddling separate time spaces.
I knew it!
So, what does that mean? What does this mean? So there's another version of you in another space-time? So what does this mean?
Sorry, I'll explain later. Right now, we have to figure out how we can use this to our advantage. I may have figured out the trick, but it doesn't change the fact that we're separated. We still need a way to break through the bounded field. If only I could use magecraft like Taigon Wang's.
A way to break through a bounded field? You mean like what he used in the labyrinth?
Right, I told you about it. I told you about this back in the labyrinth. If only we had a method of teleporting then. Misaki, use a command spell to call me.
Huh? But you're already here. Even though you're standing right here? Huh?
Not me! Me! The other me! You want us to use a command spell to teleport, but Chaldea's command spells aren't capable of that. For that matter, I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you mean, call your other self? Just do it! It might be impossible in the other singularities, but right here, right now, I'm sure it'll work.
Okay. If you say so. What are you up to? Hey, you want to talk to them?
You go through me. Rah!
It's pointless. Step aside. Totally. You're not going anywhere. You heroic spirits and your master are all going to die here. We can do this the easy way or the hard.
Misaki, call the other me.
To me, tell him Miles. To me, Archer. Tell him Miles, because I have many archers. Gotta be specific. Oh, we broke the world. I told you, you're not going anywhere. No way, she stopped the ray shift. I can't believe it, she stopped the ray shift. None of you are getting away. Neither you heroic spirits nor your master. You will all repeat this day-night cycle for eternity, fighting an unending battle. You're going to keep fighting until your very souls are twisted apart by all the sins staining them.
No, I don't think we will. You. Yes, I figured you'd come here eventually, so I've been biding my time, waiting for this very moment.
Is that... No way! He's finally made his appearance.
Now, I think it's time you give me back my master.
You're tied.
By divine decree, let 100 evils be cut down, and 1,000 spirits driven forth.
It can't be. How? How'd you get here?
Haha. I wasn't just tooting my own horn. When I said I qualified as a grand servant, a little time was all I needed. Now let's go again. By divine decree.
No, my dimensional locks. You did it! Now we can. You did it! Who turned off the TV? Stink quartz. Twilight. Twilight Mountains. It's like, did we die? Section 17. The Dark Girl. Well, we should be fine. Totally. Sky. A red sky. A sunset? The third like your hot floor? I recognize this place. This is where we arrived when we first reshifted here.
It's about time you made it back.
Taigun Wang!
I've been waiting here with a formation that would use our bond to send you here as soon as the veil came undone. But then, once you were finally on your way, something showed up to try and stop you. So I rushed out a remote control spell and used it to send it packing. Though I have to say, I couldn't believe how heavy it was. It might have looked like a young girl, but it weighed as much as a small country. I wonder what we've gotten ourselves caught up in this time. Oh right, I should let you know that it was Sibu Xiang who caught you when you popped in. He was the one who ultimately got you here.
Oh my goodness, Siwu Xiang, I love you. Really? So you saved me? Expression that says, well, what else was I supposed to do? No more mama. Or actually, no, we're back to momos. Proudly. What about Tolemayos and Sugitani? I'm here. Man, that was one hell of a shock. As if getting transferred all of a sudden wasn't enough of a surprise, the first guy I see when I get here ends up being Taigun Wang, the guy we fought in the northern castle. Only it's not that Taigun Wang. Man, I'd have shot you if you hadn't been so quick with the explanation of what's happening.
Not the same. Ah, I see. It must be one of those things. Interesting. Oh, don't mind me.
Alright, so as for Toli, better if you just go see for yourself. See for myself? Does it mean he's nearby? See for myself?
Hey there, Master. I'm glad to see you alive and well, Master.
Two! There's two of you now? I know, I was pretty freaked out at first too. It's like something straight out of a sci-fi mystery. Da Vinci? What are you talking about? I was just talking to Ptolemaios about this. Well, I guess I should say the Ptolemaioses now. Anyway, the biggest unanswered question right now is, where could the one who used the Holy Grail be? Yeah, this is getting out of hand. Now there's two of them!
The castles take up the vast majority of the singularity. If this being wasn't there, then there are almost no other places where they could hide. So that we could not find them, even with my eagle, the enemy Taigun Wang, and Theseus all searching for them is a problem. It led us to thinking that whoever used the Holy Grail may not be the singularity at all.
They're not, really?
Hold on, older me. You're skipping ahead. What you mean to say is, we think they're on the reverse side of the singularity.
We thought the singularity worked by switching between day and night, but that's not actually the case. In truth, day and night are each their own separate singularities. Or to put it another way, you can think of it as daytime and nighttime textures being overlaid on top of the real singularity. So there are two singularities here? So there's a day and a night singularity? There's two? The way it worked was, whenever it got to a certain time of day, you and the other castle servants were automatically moved to the other singularity. No wait, moved isn't really the right word. The two singularities layered on top of each other, so it's more accurate to say that this move involves the other singularity's existence becoming more pronounced.
Sounds a lot like quantum physics.
Yeah, it's pretty close to that. This kind of thing is usually relegated to modern magecraft, like El Malloy II's. Anyway, there was one servant here who was obviously an exception to the rule. Ptolemaios was never switched between the daytime and nighttime singularities. There were two of them here from the start. Really? Right from the start? One for each singularity? That's right. There were two singularities here, and one Ptolemaios for each of them. However, neither knew this because their memories were being adjusted, just like what happens when a servant is summoned. I think they were set to fit in with the different timelines here. You see, time doesn't flow the same in both worlds. This whole place turned out to be a parallel world. Well, a parallel singularity. Talk about a scam. This is making my head hurt. I think I've got a headache. This is making my head hurt. I don't blame you. I didn't get it at all either. But anyway, you get the idea. We figure it's probably some kind of spirited away deal. That's a very rough way to put it, but it's mostly accurate. It's the same principle that led to Spriggan from Fairy Britain getting spirited away from proper human history. But like I said earlier, the singularity is basically a scam. If you want proof, think back to when you first reshifted here, when you arrived in this twilight area. Though it may be hard to use in singularities, our world possesses a powerful ability to correct itself. So once it realizes that there is a whole other identical singularity on the other side, the scam no longer works. Oh, is that where the command spell came in? So that's why you had me use the command spell?
Yes, that's right. Luckily, older me here had been looking into how this sort of thing would work. Summoning a servant is itself an act that reaches between worlds. So if a servant is in another world, then giving them an order via command spell also transcends physical limitations. At least in situations like this, where the other world, a parallel singularity, was already close by. Ugh, I can't believe I grew up to become such an intolerable bore. I hope you didn't constantly lecture your subjects like that after you became Pharaoh. What a coincidence, here I was, pondering how much I wanted to throttle my younger, immature self. Youth truly is wasted on the young. If only I'd been wiser at your age, I could have conquered the East in less than half the time. Oh, you want a piece of me, old man? Bring it on, brat!
Stop it. Oi! Their internal struggle has gotten pretty external.
Well, there are a few things harder to face than your own mistakes, so...
Alright, putting that all aside. There's still something important no one has told me yet.
Right, you want to know about the mastermind behind all this, the mysterious girl who is possessing Lord Asterios. I suspect she's been hiding out in this twilight area from the beginning, after placing a veil of night and day on the singularity itself.
So she's been hiding on the reverse side of this world? Hell of a way to play hide and seek.
Actually, she may not have been hiding at all.
Huh? Did you just say she was?
It could be that the mastermind didn't choose to hide, but was simply unable to move. I've seen cases like that before. After all, it's one of the greatest feats I performed in this world.
Oh right, you're a God Sealer!
Indeed. I sent many souls to the God-sealing pedestal in my time, and I've been sensing something very similar here in the singularity.
Taiwan?
I'm sorry. I wish I could have stayed with you to the end, but it seems I've reached my limit. I've been holding this formation to call you this whole time after all. You're falling apart all the way down to your spirit origin.
Ah.
There's a time disparity between the two singularities, right? How long has it been since you put up your formation? Oh, about 6 months or so.
Ah! The 6 months time difference! I feel so bad for him! Oh no!
It was pretty lonely out here by myself, let me tell you. Still, I could tell from my continued materialization that my master was alive and well. So even if I couldn't track her down from here myself, I knew she would find her way back to me eventually. So of course I was going to stay and wait here until she did.
Thank you! 6 months of waiting! Holding formation for 6 months by himself.
Not at all. But I do apologize for heading back to Chaldea ahead of you. So I hope all of you will watch out for her in my place. Oh, and don't worry, Sibu Xiang. I'll put a virtual bypass in place so you can stay here connected to Master.
He deserves a nice meal. We've confirmed that Taikun Wang has returned to Chaldea. His spirit origin suffered quite a bit of damage, so we're going to put him in a recovery pod right away. Or no victory meal. There was no telling where you guys would have ended up if the singularity came undone. For all we know, you could have found yourselves right in the middle of enemy territory. That's why Taigun Wang kept this spell in place all this time. It's also why you could escape from that girl. Yeah, mascot needs your mascot animal, so you need to stay. This is your job now. Mama! Thank you, Taigun Wang. Mama! Clearly proud.
What a guy. He was a fearsome foe, but as an ally, he couldn't have been more dependable. If young Iskander was here, I have no doubt he'd be falling all over himself to poach him. Now then, once you've had an opportunity to rest a bit, Master, there's somewhere else we'd like you to go.
Where's that?
Where else? The enemy's home base. Are you up for it, Master?
Of course! You need to ask. Of course!
Ha ha ha, just what I was waiting to hear.
Always. Twilight Castle, Castle Gate. Section 17, Part 2.
Report. Servants bearing strong resemblance to Talemayos and Sugitani Zenjubo spotted nearby.
So they really did make it to the Twilight. I suppose I should have expected this when I failed to hold them back. Then it's probably just a matter of time until they make their way to this castle. Take the beasts, use them as you will.
Understood.
I doubt that will stop them. No, they can't stop, even if they wanted to. That's just how heroic spirits and their masters are. Then it's time they learn how sinful their actions are. If they come all the way here, they should meet with an appropriate tragedy. I am sin. I am transgression. I am wickedness. So you are Gotcha, so let me summon you. This must be... the fourth castle.
I wouldn't call this a fourth castle. I'd say this is what the castle actually looks like.
The castles we've been seeing in the day and night singularities were probably just different projections of this one. I guess you could call it the Castle Twilight, though Twilight doesn't usually bring such an ominous atmosphere to mind. Seems less like a castle and more like some mysterious otherworldly domain to me. I can see some places where they could maybe sneak in, but it really doesn't look like a place for humans to live. I guess you could say that about the day and night castles too, but this one's on a whole other level. Oh gosh, only added JP a few months ago. Aww. Mama. Nodding. Alright, this way. I found us a nice spot where we can see inside. Here, we ought to be able to take a look from up here. Got a pair of binoculars, Toli?
My noble phantasm can gather light just fine. Using it will let us see what is several kilometers away as though it were right in front of us. Okay, here goes. Try not to yell in surprise.
It's my baby! And his brothers. And cousins. And sisters. Dreadnoughts! There's so many of them! Family reunion!
You mean there's more than one of those monsters?
Hang on, something's not matching up with our instruments. How so? Is something wrong? The magical energy waveforms the dreadnoughts are emitting are almost identical to the ones from the castle itself. They almost seem like twins. No on second thought. It reminds me more of a snake and its shed skin. Now I see. The dreadnoughts and the shadow knights are all fragments of the castle Twilight.
Does it mean they're like dragon teeth? Oh, I know about those. They're from the legend of Cadmus, the dragon slayer.
Right. After Cadmus defeated the dragon defending a spring, Athena gave him a divine revelation. He planted the dragon's teeth in the ground as the revelation instructed him, and armed men sprung up from them. It said that these men, or dragon-toothed warriors, went on to become the first Thebans. But that's another story. My point is, you're right, these things do remind me of them. But if something similar is happening here, then what about the castle? How's it able to produce dreadnoughts as well as dragon-toothed warriors? No wait, based on these readings, I'm wondering if that whole castle isn't actually another monster's creation. But what kind of monster could possibly make something like that?
I know of one such creature.
You do? Does it mean you know who or what's behind this? I had a feeling that might be the case.
I wasn't sure until just now. Though I've had a hypothesis ever since we found it was possessing Asterios. Master, do you remember what I told you about the Sphinx?
The one with the riddle about humans? The answer to its riddle was humans, right? The one with the riddle about humans?
Do you also remember what I said about the Greek gods running away to Egypt for a time? Why do you think they did that?
If they ran away, it was probably from something, right? I'm guessing it's because they were afraid of something.
That's right. Even with all their power, all of the Greek gods were afraid of a terrible monster.
Just one monster?
Asterios called himself a monster, but I have to disagree. The word monster was made for creatures like this, where this monster was the ancestor of every other monster that appears in Greek mythology. The Cerberuses and Hydras, the Shadow Knights fused into earlier, were all born from this monster. Legend even has it that the Nemean lion, the dragon guarding the Golden Fleece, the 100-headed dragon known as Ladon, and Gorgon were all members of its bloodline. Even the giant we saw at the very first castle was surely one of this monster's brothers. There are a number of legends about where this monster came from, most of which involves giants. I would guess the giant we saw there was from a distorted timeline and was being forced to eliminate any would-be castle lords who weren't up to the task.
You've gotta be kidding me!
This monster is sometimes referred to as the ancestral dragon. Not to suggest it was the progenitor of dragonkin, rather, it was one of the first dragons and progenitor of monsters everywhere. In all the Library of Alexandria's many books, it is the most feared creature to ever have been recorded. Its name is Typhon. Whoa, wait just a damn minute! Typhon's the biggest monster in all of Greek mythology. They say it even defeated Zeus himself.
Typhon defeated Zeus? Okay, Typhon.
It was no close thing either. Zeus wasn't merely defeated. His thunderbolts and immortal slaying sickle were stolen too. Had another god intervened to save Zeus, it would have been the end of their entire pantheon.
From the sound of it, I'm guessing you haven't just read about this creature in books.
Right you are. Back when I lived, I was once shown a fragment of Typhon's body.
A fragment of its body? What part?
Do you recall what I said about how the model for my noble phantasm, the Library of Alexandria, contained two aspects? Well, the other Library of Alexandria, on the reverse side, was completed with the help from the Atlas Institute and other mages. One of those mages was from the Wandering Sea. As in the same Wandering Sea from the original Mages Association.
The same Wandering Sea whose headquarters we stayed at? So, someone from the other side of the door?
The very same, though I was unaware of Chaldea's relationship with them. The Wandering Sea is usually completely isolated from the world at large. I only ever dealt with one eccentric mage. And that was the very mage who had a fragment of Typhon.
Wow, the history of Noble Phantasm is even more complicated than I thought. What weirdo had a piece of Typhon? I want it. Yeah, where's Sion?
It was simply necessary to incorporate magecraft in order to gather all the world's knowledge, that's all. So this is why I was summoned. I have a connection to Typhon, and the skills needed to resolve the singularity. That's why I had one spirit origin each summoned to the day and night versions.
So you're saying that girl is Typhon? Then the girl's true identity is Typhon? Just gotta wait 2 years-ish. Wouldn't have been my first guess from looking at her. Still, Taigon Wang said Typhon had been sealed away, right? Moo? No, ma. Ma.
Yes. In Mount Etna, according to legend, Typhons should still be slumbering there. Hey, that's right. If we're up against a sleeping Typhon, then we don't have anything to worry about.
How did it get sealed away? How did that happen even after it defeated Zeus?
According to legend, the goddess of fate's trickery is what led to Typhon's defeat. She fed it a fruit that she said would grant any wish. In truth, it was a fruit of ephemerality.
Yummy. Tasty fruit. Nom nom nom.
Rather than having a wish granted, whoever ate that fruit would in fact never have any wish come true. Sure enough, after Typhon ate the fruit, it was never able to defeat Zeus again. Zeus chased it to an island in the Mediterranean, where it was sealed away, buried by an eruption of Mount Etna.
Good point. Since Typhon is sealed away, the version of it that's materialized here must be the one who ate that fruit. That would help explain why it looks like a girl now. You really do have an excellent magecraft education, Director Gordolf. I've always been so obsessed with stories of heroes that I forget about things like that.
Well, I was mainly part of the Exalted Policies Department, but I did receive instruction in the Meluastea Department from Lord Meluastea himself. Though he also said that he was shocked by my lack of talent, he seemed positively giddy about it too.
Ouch. Why would he be happy about that?
Anyway, yes. The form of Typhon's, along with the fact that it was hiding on the singularity's reverse side, is proof that it's lost its power. And that means, now that we're here, as long as we can find Typhon's body, our victory is assured. Or is that too optimistic? No, I was thinking largely the same thing. For one thing, if Typhon had its full strength, it could have easily burned this entire singularity to ash. We would be mosquitoes picking a fight with a giant. That we're alive is proof Typhon is still weak. And that means our only option is to make our way through this castle and find its real body before it's too late.
So we've got to get past those dreadnoughts? That's a scary thought.
It is, as I said, our only option. You wait here, Sibu Xiang. We may need you to come get us if things take a bad turn.
Hello.
Alright, now it's the usual question.
You mean which telemiles will I go with? I can't choose two at this point.
Okay. Ha, there's no need for you to choose between us this time. You now have us both at your side.
Thank goodness. If it was gonna make me choose again, I'd be like, why? You're both here. You can both come with me. Stop being sussy. Grill Front 8. The two telemises. And they could become 3 telemiles if I raise my current one. But nah. Or maybe tomorrow. It's a funny thought. It's like 2 telemiles? No. It's gonna be 3. Oh gosh. What is this? Guess we can't sneak any further. The Shadow Knights and the Dreadnoughts all react to magical energy. You'd have to be an assassin working alone to get any deeper in here without being spotted.
Just sneaking in won't be enough. We all need to reach the heart of the castle.
Well yeah, ain't no point unless we can take the place over.
Exactly, and considering the sort of castle this is, we should expect it to have an endless supply of Dreadnoughts and Shadow Knights.
Then I'll have everyone else hold them back. then it's up to me to suppress it. Ooh.
That's right. Things may be different here in this Twilight Singularity, but the Shadow Knights still spawn from a tainted ley line. What's more, once the ley line is cleansed, the Dreadnoughts will end up going somewhere else.
I'll help with the mystical spell adjustments. From here, just like last time.
Heh, that's reassuring. Let me offer a bit of advice as well. As much as this place may look like a castle, it's still dysfunctional in many ways. It may be made of tough materials, but there are still bound to be weaknesses. Those walls over there, for example.
I gotta punch him. Good. Everything's ready.
Well, there's no point in standing around twiddling our thumbs. What are your orders, Master?
Master must reach the suppression point. I actually have to go along this time. Woohoo! Fun, wonderful, lovely. Okay. Who save me? My lovely maid, save me. Astolfo, save me. And... Old man, protect me. That's fun. I like that. But I might change him out for someone else, depending. Oh wait, no, I can use that. That's good. That's very good, actually. Ta-da! Who deserves it the most right now? Yeah, I'm happy with the cost. Like, finally. Especially since we have to go forward. Like, But should be fine. I just gotta make sure to get all the treasure. Okay. Well, yeah, I want the treasure, so... Thanks, old man. Well, you gotta go here at this point. Bonk. 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 Mine. There goes the wall. If you're gonna put more servants there, then tell them what to do. I will, no worries. Since I gotta start moving forward as well. We'll start heading up. You come with me, and you can go here. Wow, someone automatically spawns.
I knew we'd be facing reinforcements here. Don't bother stopping to fight them all. Make a break for the castle interior.
Is what we'd say if we weren't going for treasure.
Huh. I'm impressed you can still fight so well, old me. There's no need to flit around this way and that. You need only cut your enemies down.
Old man chooses violence. It's all old men here now. The great old man fight. Oops. Thank you, old man. Oops, I should have used that one first. My bad. Oh well. Actually, wait a second. I can do this. Ta-da! Or actually, he might break them, so... True! Can use that. I'm gonna do it. And I'm just gonna use this part to get part of Moriarty's gauge and then bonk with Telemaios. Actually, Moriarty's decent on his own. Now I'm tempted to make the other Telemaios into the old one.
Well, well, well. I never thought I'd get to watch myself fight. Then it's your lucky day, old man. Just sit back and enjoy your youthful self's elegant technique.
Yeah, he is letting his youthful self do a thing. Now if only my Moriarty could become his younger self too. Would have been so funny, but nah. This is just chaotic. Well, all the same one to raise his gauge, of course. Assuming it's the same one, if not... Oh no, it's not the same one. Oh my bad, I got confused. But he still did it. Oh, this is gonna be bad to chain. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I should make one of them old. That is my bad. I was a fool. But it's okay, even if I was a fool. Thank you, my wonderful maid. This is so bad. Yeah, at this point I should just use that. I need the difference. And I could bonk him right here and now. You know, I can afford to use that. I'm just gonna raise my maid's gauge.
Good job, old man. Do a thing.
It's just so silly how they both... And now they're opposites. Kinda love that for them, actually. Oh no, you filled up Moriarty's gauge. How terrible. Oh man. This feels like such a waste. Yeah, I'm gonna just have him stay there. Old man Moriarty's back hurts. Thank you, Professor. They just all want to be taken out. Which is fine. Wow, how nice of them to just ignore Moriarty. Fill up your gauge, boy. Almost there. Done. Phew. Would have been a bit embarrassing if it didn't work. Of course I got that spot. Well, that's annoying, but okay. treasure. We're trading spots. You know what, my mage? You can start bonking the wall. Plus, it'd be super good against that caster, so it's gonna be good. In this case, we'll go here. I'm gonna have him move here. You know, I'll choose violence, because why not? Alrighty. Okay, time to bring back the chaos. Okay, second and last card are gonna be this one. Totally not gonna regret that. I love AoE too much.
Thank you, old man.
At least one telemiles can be on the side, the other one can go off to the wall. And again, this is just chaos. This is so my bad. This thing is powerful.
Thank you, Telemios. What a gentleman. Yes, choose violence. And then walk back afterwards.
Okay, Moriarty, you can just bonk. Sure, he did already move his turn. It's a good thing he won't defeat the Shadow Knight in that case. Actually, no, he will. Maybe. Hopefully it doesn't just automatically respawn something in that case. And if it does, oop. On the bright side, Telemiles is now prepared to bonk hard.
Battle finish.
You know what, we'll go here. Move forward a tiny bit. Yeah, it's fine actually. I want to see if it respawns, so I'm just gonna not put Telemiles there. Oh, it respawns on that. Oh, it will respawn automatic. I was kind of hoping it would let me have like one turn of a rest. I was expecting one turn of rest. At least Telemiles can do a thing.
It's all for you, bro. Thank you, Telemios. I'm happy you hit hard. Old man assist. Oh, you think there always respawn if there's enough space in the field for it? Ew. Ta-da! Yoink! Treasure! Treasure! Go here? Nope, did not mean that. I meant over here. Over here. Bonk. This should be fine, I think. I didn't even notice the other one. Actually, yeah, we'll just do that. Why not? Just in case. And here you go, Sugitani. Be powerful. Thank you, Ku. Perfect. No fear. If only I could just go to the goal tube from there. If it could just count. I'm just gonna have her stand there, because why not? Stealth was adorable and can assist. And my old man doesn't gotta assist. And Moriarty's just gonna stand there. He'll hold the fort. Again, the chaos. But I don't gotta worry. I don't even have to transform him back right now. You can destroy them normally. Thank you, old man. Baily. Ow, that stings. And to bonk. Ta-da! Who is too cool? Why are you stealing the base? It's mine. So incredibly rude. Build up complete. Well, thank you, my need alter. Oh, it's a good thing she hits hard.
Truly, thank you, my maid altar. Ta-da!
Why must you attack my old man?
Okay, fine, I'll get rid of... There. Now we have one. Ta-da! I forget which one's originally the old one. We'll just start walking this way. Why not? Actually, no, we'll stay there. Ah, cool move. Who's a cool dude after all? My turn forward. You can stay there at this point. And now choose violence. Yeah, it's good. Thank you, my wonderful maid. Might be able to bonk the dreadnought. Okay, yeah, for sure. Bonk. Ow, can you just like stop attacking Ku? Okay, thank you. I'll just use it. Ku hits hard enough. Goodbye, Shadow Knight. Thank you, Ku. Turn 1 out of 2. Can you stop stomping on them, please? Thank you. So incredibly rude. And ta-da! Next turn the throne is mine.
It's just like we did when all this began. You'll need to cleanse the ley line directly, Master.
I'm trying! I want to cleanse it directly, but I can't just yet. Who is just taking up space here? Who's just asserting dominance? Oh no, another dreadnought! Ouch. Ooh, that actually hurt. I didn't like that. I really didn't like that one. Please, Ku. Thank you, Ku. Well, time to switch.
Hup! We're here, Master.
Master has reached a ley line, finalizing coordinates, dropping Magecraft anchor.
Leyline corruption measurements are complete. Curse separation and latent ritual coefficient are both holding steady and under 4%. Sorry, make it 6%. I'll fix it.
Patch data uploaded, mystic code and spell sync authenticated. Everything's ready to go. I know, right? I'm just staring the dreadnoughts with a nice little smile. Alright, here goes. Activate Spring of Arcana, Mystic Code Spell. Now they're mine. Victory! Can I keep them? There's 2 left. The only ones left are 2 dreadnoughts. I will claim the twins. I feel like I should be allowed to. Twilight Castle, Castle Interior. Section 18. Is it sin? Is it reproachable? Is it evil? And oh, it's a regular fight. So rare. I almost forgot regular fights existed. Within the event anyways. Patch data uploaded, Mystic Code and Spell Sync authenticated. Everything's ready to go. Alright, here goes. Activate Spring of Arcana, Mystic Code Spell. Did we do it? Dust. Well, it's not completely purified, but it is down to 20% of what it has been. 20% of what it was before. Wait, no, I can't keep them. The dreadnoughts are going away too. They just walk away.
Good. All that's left now is to charge it and find Typhoon. We still need to be careful. I do not sense much inside the castle right now, but there's no telling what we may find in there. Hey, don't you think you can don't think you can tell the rest of us what to do just because you're the oldest one here?
Are you two bickering again? You never get tired of that, do you?
Humph, that aside, I do agree with your opinion. We're the same person after all. So yes, we do need to move as swiftly as we can, while also remaining vigilant. The more cowardly the rabbit, the more difficult the hunt. Understood, Master.
Got it. Let's go. Ooh, spooky.
So this is the castle of Twilight's interior.
Can we even call this a castle? This seems less like a castle and more like... I know what you mean. It reminds me more of an ant colony than a castle. I can't imagine any humans actually living here. I'm sure it was built with war in mind, but that's exactly why you're not supposed to scrimp on the living quarters. You can't possibly fight at full strength if you're also constantly dealing with pain and discomfort.
The structure is bizarrely simplistic as well. A castle is usually designed to lure opposing armies to certain areas, but I see nothing like that here. Each of the other castles we've seen reflected their lord's personalities, but this one just seems empty. It's also strange that we have not run into any of the Shadow Knights we saw outside. At any rate, if this castle is built like the others, then we should be nearing its center.
Ooh! An enormous dragon? Is that Typhoon's real body? I like it.
No, I wouldn't actually call that a dragon.
Why not? It's dragon-shaped.
I see what you mean. It looks more like a cross between a dragon and a rocket.
It's a Pokemon. Or a Digimon. Does this mean it came from outer space? Like the gods of Olympus? It's an alien. Yeah, I think so. This Typhoon clearly has some extraterrestrial elements to its body. Maybe it's from the same lineage as the 12 Olympian machine gods, or maybe something similar to it acquired the shape and traits of Dragonkin when it first made contact with Earth? This thing's freaking huge, but it looks like it's sleeping. So you've learned of my sleeping cell's name. Typhon! There's two of them? Alright, Mash mentioned a real body before, so you must be a clone or something. Of course your real body can't move if it's still sealed away. Why are you doing this? Why? A pointless question. You and I are fundamentally different beings. Strictly speaking, Dragonkin cannot have free will as long as they are facing the end of their line, their fate. I am the light that shows them a better way. I am the storm encouraging them to fight for it. Light. Storm. Light.
The hell? These magical energy readings are insane. It hasn't even fully awoken yet, and its attention alone is making all of our instruments go haywire.
Good morning.
Hey, Misaki. Misaki!
Yes? What? Senpai! But vitals are falling rapidly. Internal organs and nervous system have sustained heavy damage. Initiating simulation and stabilization spells via Mystic Code.
Light of Wisdom. Aid those spells however you can.
This is worse than Shimosa. Like, at least when our insides were being stirred, it was to help us. Misaki, can you hear me? I'm okay. I'm fine, just a little queasy. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sorry. Please listen to me. I couldn't believe this at first either, but Typhon there is apparently the closest thing to a phenomenon out of all Dragonkin. Phenomenon? What do you mean? Most gods began as natural phenomena or concepts that became conscious and intelligent. Greek gods became human-like through human interaction. But Typhon is a Dragonkin that was born for the sole purpose of killing the gods of Olympus. The fact that it came from outer space only makes that purpose even more pronounced. It's a monster among monsters that originated outside of Earth and became a pure god-killing phenomenon. That's why its Dragonkin purity is so unbelievably high. So much so that you could plausibly call it a pure-blooded dragon. I think I get what you're saying. It's like the mountain god. The mountains are home to thousands, maybe millions of living things. And we perceive the collective whole as if it were a single god. But this thing became like a mountain god all by itself. I'm sure it doesn't need human faith to exist. Hell, it probably doesn't even need attention from other gods. It forced its way into becoming a natural phenomena, and concepts, all while remaining an individual. I can't even imagine the sheer power it'd take to do something like that. Typhon the dragon is a phenomenon meant to pass judgment on gods, a mechanism for guiding sin and vice. I am sin, I am transgression, I am wickedness. Now, I will give you all a fitting end.
I knew it. Something is off.
Ptolemaeus, how so?
Yes, you're saying all the right things. The same things a truly powerful dragonkin would say. But something's not adding up. I sense a faint but genuine hatred in you. It was like this back with Theseus and Asteros as well. You try to talk Theseus over the edge of despair in a way that no simple phenomenon would ever bother with. A true natural phenomenon would never hold mere humans in such contempt. See, you're doing it right now. Yes, you're certainly acting like a dragon would. But those feelings seething inside you aren't the sort you can keep hidden. Trust me, you couldn't get by my time if you couldn't tell what people were really feeling. So, are you actually Typhon?
Have you ever regretted having a wish come true? Huh? A wish? Huh? What do you mean? If Typhon Wang hadn't won, he wouldn't have had to kill Daji. If Theseus hadn't won, he wouldn't have had to kill Asterios. And if your people hadn't won, the wars of the Diadochi would never have happened.
What are you?
This isn't limited to servants, either. How about you, Master of Chaldea? Have you ever won a fight you wish you hadn't? Those are just unfortunate. All the memories. Oh, the lost bouts. Our Dino Bros. I don't?
Get a hold of yourself, Misaki.
Director.
This is no time to be answering the enemy's questions. As far as we can tell, Typhon's real body is still asleep. We can't risk it waking up, however small that risk may be. So you should be doing whatever it takes to capture that girl as peacefully as possible.
There. You just said you can't let Typhon awaken.
Huh?
I heard it. I heard your wish loud and clear. Now, give them a good fight, my Shadow Knights. Regular fight? It's so weird to have a regular fight all over again. You know, I'm gonna keep it as is. No fear, no pain. This'll be fine. Battle 1 out of 1. Oh, there's only 6? Yeah, they're not scary. I can beat up these punks. Wee! I believe in the power of Arc. Ta-da! And I'm gonna use both of them. Why not? Wee! Thank you, Arc, for being so powerful. For the Thanksgiving banners, please give us another Arc banner. I want to summon her one more time. At least one more time. Ideally 2. At the very least 1. Please. Pretty please.
There's too many of them. Hey, old man, I'm gonna borrow your appearance for a moment. Julie, Arc, please.
on, gotcha gods.
It's no use. They just keep coming.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
They're too close. I can't handle them all at this distance.
Transferring back and forth.
I've got it. I know your tricks and who you really are. You're both Typhon and not Typhon.
Ptolemaeus? Yes, it seems you really have figured it out. But you're too late. I've heard the wish. The mustached man said you can't allow Typhon to awaken. Well, your wish will not be granted.
Hey, you there. Are you where you're wreathed in pitch black flames? Damn, so that's your game.
Gordy? You just had to say that, huh, Gordy? Oh man, though, just a couple years and then we can get her. Her design is fun. Just gotta be patient. She looks different now. Is that her true form? I am sin. I'm transgression. I'm wickedness. To sin is to wish. To transgress is to pray. To be wicked is to dream. The old philosophers knew the truth. They understood that wishes were the source of every wicked monster. And the goddess granted a fruit. A fruit that would stop all wishes from ever coming true. What the? Why is everything shaking? Hear me. Hear me and awaken, Typhon, the ancestral dragon. Good morning. Massive magical energy reading detected. Dragonkin breath incoming.
Why is this happening all of a sudden? What's going on?
Wait, that's not any of the summonable version's outfits? Aw, come on! That is mean. The breath's magical energy readings are spiking even higher. There's enough destructive force here to level a whole city. Crap, it must be using energy from that thunderbolt Typhon stole from Zeus.
Master. Come on, we're going to escape to my library. I just hope we're not too late. Open, gates of wisdom. You shall learn the arc of history. You shall know of our future.
Chant faster, old man.
You shall see our indomitable spirit, even if our journey is doomed to destruction.
Like, sheesh, it took so long.
Bibliotheque Basileo.
Oh, Third Ascension has a similar vibe, but it's less mecha. Close enough, then. Can't they at least make that a skin? I wish. Ta-da! Library time. The Library of Alexandria. What was that, Ptolemaeus? What just happened?
Well,
Stand by. Take a look at the screen. The Castle Twilight, it's... Oh, it's tentacled. You have a sudden urge to burn it down. No, not the library. Is that a cocoon? A Apparently, even though you escaped to the library, the breath attack managed to expel you from the castle, right down to your space-time coordinates. By stealing Zeus's thunderbolts, that breath attack was able to affect space-time itself. Dragon's breath, Zeus's thunderbolts. Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. However, that cocoon is...
It's Typhon's cocoon. They mean to use it to cure Typhon of the curse of ephemerality, the fruit placed on Typhon, restoring it to full strength. What did you say? They want to restore Typhon?
What in the world is going on here, Ptolemaios?
I was only half right about Typhon being behind the singularity. Only half. The real mastermind certainly has close ties to Typhon, but it was not Typhon who found the Holy Grail. No, the being we have been facing so far, the Holy Grail's true wielder, is the ephemeral fruit.
I just keep on thinking of Kamen Rider Gaim. And the fruit. The darn fruits. The ephemeral fruit? You mean the fruit Typhon ate? The ephemeral fruit? It looks like a durian. No, I get it. Back in the Age of Gods, it wasn't uncommon for objects to take on personalities. Even the gods first started out as phenomena and concepts. Hell, in Greek myth, people wouldn't even bat an eye at a plant becoming a god. So the girl wasn't Typhon, but rather the ephemeral fruit Typhon ate. Oh, she is a fruit. Oh my. And that would mean she's materialized as a servant that performs Typhon like a role. A pretender.
That would make her a servant name, ephemeros, from the Greek word meaning ephemeral. As for the ephemeral fruit, it's as I told you before, it is a fruit that prevents one's wishes from coming true. Put another way, it's an anti-wish granter.
An anti-wish granter.
That is most likely why she was so fixated on her wishes. It must be an instinctual reaction for her. So if one of us were to wish for Typhon not to be revived in front of the fruit that refuses wishes...
No way.
But that would mean...
Typhon is going to be revived? I see. So that's why she took such a roundabout path to get here. A wish granter can't grant his own wishes. The same must be true for an anti-wish granter.
Then it's my fault Typhon is going to be revived?
Yeah, Gordy, you should give me a bunch of saint quartz when her banner drops. It's your fault. Take responsibility. You didn't do anything wrong, Director, but still, please give me the saint quartz or tickets. You know you want to help me summon her. Yeah, you couldn't have possibly known. I had no idea of her real identity either. And I don't think she expected us to come to the castle, so this method was probably a backup plan of sorts. Well, at least now we know why she made the singularity, and why she made it the way she did. Like Ptolemaios said, as an anti-wish granter, she must instinctively react to wishes. So she made a singularity that pitted heroic spirits against each other. Because the best way for an anti-Holy Grail to gather magical energy is to encourage their wishes even as it refuses to grant them. So that was her plan? I doubt this is the first time she's done this. She's almost certainly repeated this kind of Holy Grail front over and over. And since time is all distorted in the singularity, she could then collect the heroic spirits whose wishes never came true and...
Heh. Heh heh. Heh ha ha ha.
Ptolemaios?
What can I do but laugh? I had my suspicions about the singularity from the start, but I never would have guessed that the owner of the Holy Grail we've been fighting for was actually an anti-wish granter. This is just like when Iskandar and I devoted ourselves to searching for the endless sea that never existed.
Though wait, since she's the anti-wish granter... Oh no, it'd be a shame if she would come to my Chaldea. That'd be so terrible. Does that work?
The sea was a dream, a fantasy. There was no one strong enough to carry on in Iskandar's stead. We all let meaningless dreams drive us to waste our lives chasing an illusion until we lost everything. We racked our brains, our muscles, our courage, and all for nothing. The ephemeral fruit is right. Our wish was sinful, transgressive, wicked. Our dreams themselves were the true source of evil.
Telemaios.
I'm sorry. I need some time to think. Fortunately, between the two of us, we should be able to maintain the library.
Yay! Woohoo! We'll just be here. True name fused. True name Typhon. Typhon Ephemeros. So edgy. Yeah, it'd be a shame if you came to my Chaldea. Ha 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 ha. Eroded Hill. Back to the library. Hey, Telemiles, are you okay? You okay, dude? LG? Telemiles.
Oh, Master. I'm sorry it was hard to find. So many of these shelves look alike. It's easy to get lost in here. I'm also sorry you had to see me making such a disgrace of myself earlier.
It wasn't disgraceful at all. Don't worry about that. Anyone will be shocked.
That's kind of you to say.
Can I ask you a question, Telemiles? There's something I've been wondering about for a while now. Do you use memory partition? Memory partition? The thing Sion mentioned? You know, I'm just gonna say memory partition? There are two skills every Atlas Institute alchemist must be able to do. Thought acceleration and memory partition. The former lets you think at high speeds, as you'd expect, and the latter lets you wall off your mind so you can hold multiple thoughts in your head simultaneously. These aren't philosophical questions. These are real, practical abilities needed to use the Atlas Institute technology. So the fact that you're able to make things like that mechanical eagle, or this whole library, makes me wonder if you didn't have those abilities back when you were still alive.
Indeed I did. I was born with some unusual talents. I actually have 5 different personalities. Only later in life did I learn that it was unusual.
5?
These are no imaginary friends. They are the personalities of my parents and other close figures from my life.
5?
As a result, I was able to perfectly imitate how they acted and what they would say in any given situation. Back then, others saw that ability as advanced impersonation, but once I got too close to the originals, they began to find it more disturbing than entertaining.
Not fun.
But my king loved my talents. He said such a rare gift should be put to use in his service. I remember exactly what he told me on a hill near the school in Mieza.
This is a town of yours, right? Talents as brilliant as that deserve to be known by the whole world. And if possible, I'd like you to use yours by my side. You wanna know why? Isn't it obvious? I want to be able to see stuff like that up close whenever I feel like it. I see. So that's your secret. You're not just a wise leader, you're able to perfectly emulate other people's thought processes. Man, Iskandar sure knew how to pick 'em. That kind of talent would be a headline act in most places, but among his retainers, it was apparently just normal.
The Mieza school was a wonderful place to learn. I especially loved how anyone could read as many of their numerous books as they liked. My king was fond of stories like the Iliad, but I dare say my love for them eclipsed even his.
I'm guessing you're also able to pseudo-predict the future just as well as any Atlas Institute alchemist then.
So you realize that too. In my case, I could only predict events involving myself or people I personally knew, so it was even more limited than you might think. As my king and I continued our eastern conquest, I acquired even more personalities.
How many did you collect? It's like a Pokedex.
One of them was a fearsome general said to be our army's strongest warrior. He was the other pillar of our armed forces, a true master of both the literary and martial arts. Like me, He was one of King Iskandar's 7 bodyguards. The Soma Tafalakes. He was also one of the king's best friends and known to many as the second king of conquerors. My other personalities include his nameless sister, the one-eyed general, the lion-slaying brave, and the commander of the Silver Shields. There was also the infinitely wise Brahmin and his assistant, and the general who was the king's half-sister.
I wonder what it was like when he became the sister or the sisters.
I could go on and on about them, every last one of them shown as clearly as the brightest stars.
Hey, sister.
And of course, we can't forget our king and all his incomparable glory. His death was devastating, not only for me, but for all of the Sumato Tafalakes. I cannot tell you how empty the Conference of Babylon we held to discuss his legacy was, or how utterly pointless the resulting wars of the Diadochi were. Setting that meaninglessness aside, I could always stay one step ahead since I retained what amounted to a copy of their minds and personalities within myself.
Then, was that how you won? So that was how you came up on top? That was how you won?
Yes, I used my multiple personalities to set traps for the other would-be successors. It was astonishingly easy. We were comrades in arms, you see, so I knew all there was to know about them. Of my abilities, the one that proved most effective against them was the power of culture, of stories.
So you fought them with culture and stories?
That I did. I intertwined the tales of Egypt and the pharaohs with my king and myself. I went on to become pharaoh, just like my king did, and brought back a number of ancient Egyptian rituals that had long since been forgotten. I even conflated my all-too-mortal king with the immortal gods the Egyptian people worshipped.
Ooh. That ain't bad, actually.
So
you made a king into a god? By the way, is there a challenge quest? So you made the king into a god. And yes, cream the fruit. Ptolemaeus was better versed in Egyptian mythology than most actual Egyptians of the time. Greece and Egypt were already closely tied together, which made it easy for him to combine their mythologies and reconstruct them to include new holy figures for his own making. One of those was a myth that said Iskandar was the son of 2 demiurges, Zeus and Amun-Ra. Iskandar? The son of Zeus and Amun-Ra?
that's right, I created a new Egyptian mythology, with my king as its center.
Oh gosh. Then again, they gave out so many rewards already, so it's understandable that there's no official challenge quest.
I built temples, invented new gods, and brought in scholars and priests to make everything seem legitimate. Of course, the other successors tried to use my king to justify their own claims as well. My methods went further, though.
Yeah, having faith in something meant a lot more at the time than it does now. I can imagine how difficult it would be for the other successors to attack a nation whose faith centered on their former king. There's no treasure in this last front either. Aww. If I remember correctly, you were also the Miasa School's star pupil, right?
Indeed, I knew very well how much the other successors revered our king. The knowledge is what enabled me to use the culture and stories we call mythology as both shield and sword. Consequently, in spite of their arguably superior military power, none of the other successors were able to do as much as scratch me. Stories plant the seeds of ideas that become dreams. They're the sustenance of our prayers and the foundation of our wishes. They're the most beautiful thing I ever learned in Miasa's halls, which is why what Typhon said struck me so deeply.
To sin is to wish, to transgress is to pray, to be wicked is to dream. The old philosophers knew the truth. They understood that wishes are the source of every wicked monster.
She is right. I took the stories I loved so deeply and turned them into bloodstained tools of war for my own wishes.
Ptolemaeus, so you use stories to hurt your friends?
I ruled my nation with stories. I drove my comrades in arms to their deaths with them. I took something I considered more beautiful than anything in this world and used it to destroy the people I cared about the most. I even sacrificed my king's own son. Perhaps things could have been different if it weren't for my king's mother.
So you're saying all that was evil now? The young Ptolemaeus.
You wouldn't know, you haven't become me yet. True, in this body, it's hard for me to believe we're the same person, but I can still use memory partition just as well as you. That means I can recreate what you're thinking, and I do understand what you're saying. You feel like stories are what led both our king and ourselves astray. The stories of the endless sea, and that the strongest warriors were meant to claim it, were what set us on that wild goose chase. What's more, it was our very love for stories that led to us turning their powers into weapons. True, that's a hellish thing to realize. It makes me want to throw the Iliad away. I'm so disgusted with myself.
So that's why Ptolemaeus is taking this so hard.
But that doesn't mean it was the wrong thing to do. What was that? Maybe that what we did was a sin. Maybe we did transgress. But I refuse to accept that it was also purely wicked, with no redeeming qualities. I know how we did it. We wanted to accomplish our goal without spilling blood. We thought if we used stories instead of spears, we wouldn't have to point those spears at our comrades' throats. We believed that if we defied our king, we could once again share in our journey to the Far East. Yes, we were also acting out of self-interest. Yes, we did employ some underhanded schemes. But that doesn't mean everything we did was wrong. I refuse to accept that, even for my own self. You may be the older and wiser me, but you can't deny that the ardor that still burns in me. I
agree with the young guy. Sugitani. I may not look it, but I am something of a monk myself, so I'm used to hearing people talk about their regrets. The thing is, Toli, people can't help but live their lives through stories. Just like you made up stories about a new god, stories about the Buddha spread far and wide and took root real deep. Every blade of grass, every leaf, every flower petal, they've all got stories of their own. And there ain't nothing wrong or right about it. Grass, leaves, flowers, they just exist, no matter what you say about them. Same for the mountains, the ocean, the sky, and so on. And by just existing, they inspire stories. Sin, transgressions, wickedness. All that just happens naturally. There's no shortage of bad things out there, and probably even more that are just plain worthless. That doesn't make them mistakes. None of us here are mistakes, whether we're still alive or died a long time ago. Ptolemaeus. I agree with them.
Misaki!
Even if you went down the wrong path, that doesn't make you wrong for going down it.
I see. Yes. Good point. That you went down the wrong path doesn't mean going down it was the wrong choice. If an author writes a treatise that is found to be an error, we need only reject the treatise, not the author, not its author.
Exactly. Same how I got inscribed on the throne, even after I missed the most important target I ever aimed at.
Now, I never made any mistakes that dire.
What was that, old man?
Heh, forgive me. I was only poking fun.
Gosh darn it, old man.
I'm sorry. I intended to give myself some time to cool off. Instead, I found myself relying on you for help. I hope you can forgive me. Heh, did you really think I could just stand around while the other me is making a jackass of himself?
I was just passing on what the other monks used to say.
Heh, I see. All that aside, how do we fight back now? We need to act soon before the real typhoon wakes up. And with its real body in the side of an anti-wish granter, we can't count on its authority, preventing wishes from coming true to work. You all saw what its breath was capable of, and that was while it was still mostly asleep.
Hold on. An anti-wish granter? In that case, there may be someone else here better suited than me to offer advice. Someone better suited than you? Who could be better suited than you, Da Vinci? Hang on, I'll be right back with them. Intermission.
I see. Yes, it does sound like I would be a better fit for the job, or for this job. There's no one else at Chaldea who knows more about wish-granting holy grails than I.
Lord El Malloy, what are you doing here? You know, that's actually a good place to end off. I like that. That is the best cliffhanger. Lord El Malloy? You're pretty sure Eerie knows more? Oh man, if only we could just bring her about. But now we have to get Lord El Malloy, especially since, you know, Iskandar. It's like my king! Oh, Tolan Miles will be so happy. If only. Ah, true. If the writer of the event wrote case files, of course Weaver would have to show up eventually. Ta-da, good for you, Weaver. Well, this is fun. I'm glad that I'll be able to finish the event for sure tomorrow. That is exciting. I like this. Eehehehe. But for now, I'm just gonna leave my room. It's hot in here. I'm gonna go to a better fan. And then set an alarm just in case I doze off in front of the fan. So with that being said, thank you everyone for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day and epic gotcha luck. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Woohoo! Success! Also, I got a farm. So much farming. Farm, farm, farm.